Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. It is such a pleasure to be in conversation with folks in the regulated college system. These people are really making a difference across our country. And here I am at Discovery Community College. These folks get what it means to advance your career, strengthen the community around them, providing flexible learning options for everybody so people can get to work with the right skills at the right moment. And I love being in conversation with the folks that are making a difference. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yes, good morning. I'm Lisa Wolfe, and I recently started working with Discovery Community College as the Indigenous Relations Consultant. And what this role is building relationships with Indigenous communities and like private organizations or training organizations. So the idea is we want to welcome in more Indigenous students, and the way that we do think that we can be successful at that is having training on site. And so, for example, in Chilliwack, we are talking about doing a healthcare assistant program there, and so bringing it into Chilliwack, and it would be all Indigenous students going through the program. Everyone would get a practicum.
Wow.
And be able to work in the community afterwards. And so that, and I'll be honest, I had not heard of Discovery College until not that long ago. Like I didn't know a lot about it, but one of the things that really is such a positive is the practicums, is the fact that there is local, we will go into different communities, but we also have 7 schools around the province. So there's so many different points where you could come in and access training.
Lisa, it was so important that you engage with your community partners, in this case the Indigenous community, to understand their needs, to understand what it is that's required in the communities around us so that the education meets that demand, right? Is it different in the Indigenous community? Is this a different style of conversation?
Well, yes, it can be. It absolutely can be, and I think one of the things that we will do with the one in Chilliwack, with the Squay Education Center, is we will have elders that will be part in the intro, as well as available along the pathway of the training. And so just having that sort of grounding point with elders is going to be such a positive. And the other thing is sharing meals together. I think just in doing that throughout the training, I think, having those connection points, having that time. I think a lot of it will be similar, but sometimes, there's just reasons that students are not able to come, family situation. A lot of the participants will have family obligations that may pull them away. So being flexible, and we've already built in some flex time, so I think that's going to just increase the chances that they will finish in the time frame that they're looking to do that.
And the regulated colleges are so good at the flexibility in learning and understanding that students have lives and there's a lot of sort of things that people are juggling. It's very courageous to go back to school and trying to manage all of those pieces. And they're so good at it at Discovery for sure. I really want to pick up on the conversation around the elders. Talk to me about why that's so important to have them in the conversation right from the beginning.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it is that they're bringing this calming presence, and they know the people that are there, and it's just sort of walking alongside and encouraging along the way, and sometimes not even really saying too much, just being there, right. Sort of opening up the day with, a prayer, with just sort of a thanks of, here we are, we've come here today to learn, to take in what we can, and I think that the continual presence is going to be a good factor for success.
So you're new to the job. You've sort of just taken it on.
Yes.
In terms of with the Discovery role. Are you excited about the opportunities in front of you?
I am. I absolutely am.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the province of British Columbia, we've got 203 nations, and
wow.
And many of them are small communities. And the idea to be able to bring in training that is going to change lives, and for them to, change lives in terms of their skill set, that confidence is going to go up, but then to be able to provide for their families, because of the skills and the trainings they've been able to access. And that's so powerful. That's life-changing. And I've worked a lot with Indigenous communities over the last 10 years in economic development, working with different youth around different youth initiatives. And I think there is absolutely a lot of potential. This is this school has so many solid programs and excellent relationships. And I know Desiree will talk about some of the training grants that are available, so I'm not going to dive into that, but I think there's great things we can do.
I love the words that you use. You talk about powerful, you talk about transformational, you talk about opportunity. Life-changing is a word that you use, and that's so important that a college can meet people where they are, help them change lives, not only for them, but for their entire community, and that's what Discovery is all about. Thanks for joining us in conversation. We certainly look forward to where this journey goes. Thank you.
Thank you.